All right, let's talk about something huge. Navigating the massive shifts happening in the job market and making sure you're ready for whatever comes next. Thriving in this new world isn't about finding some mythical, safe job. It's about really understanding the big trends that are reshaping everything so you can make smarter moves for your career. Let's jump in. So let's just get right to it. This is the big question, isn't it? It's probably on your mind. It's on a lot of people's minds. And it's really the whole reason we're doing this explainer. Because make no mistake, over the next 5 years, the world of work is going to look, well, pretty different. Okay, so to figure out where the jobs of tomorrow are coming from, we first need to zoom out. We need to look at the big picture. There are 5 key global trends that are fundamentally rewiring entire industries, and along with them, the kind of work we all do every day. First up, no surprise here, technology. Advances in AI and robotics are creating brand new types of jobs while making others obsolete. Then you've got geopolitical tensions shaking up global trade, which forces companies to completely rethink how they operate. Demographics are another huge one. Aging populations in some countries are boosting demand for healthcare, while in other places, growing workforces need more and better education. And finally, you've got the economic pressures, like the rising cost of living and the massive, critical shift to a green economy. It's like a perfect storm of change. So you have all these massive forces swirling around. How does all that actually translate to the job market? Well, the numbers tell a really fascinating and, honestly, a pretty surprising story. According to the World Economic Forum, all this change is expected to displace around 92 million jobs by 2030. Now, that's a huge number, and it's totally understandable to see that and feel a little bit anxious. But, and this is a big but, that is not the whole story. Not even close. Because in that same period, get this, a staggering 170 million new jobs are expected to be created. That's right, created. So the crucial point here is that this isn't a story about job loss. It's a story about job transformation. And this shows just how dramatically the thinking on this has shifted. I mean, just a few years ago, the forecast was pretty grim, a net loss of 14 million jobs. Today, that outlook has completely flipped. We're now looking at a net gain of nearly 80 million jobs. The opportunities are absolutely growing, but you have to have the right skills to grab them. But to seize those opportunities, we first have to be realistic about which roles are, well, fading away. So let's take a look at the jobs that are most at risk from all this change. You can see a really clear pattern here, right? Roles like postal clerks, data entry clerks, and bank tellers, they all have one big thing in common. They're built on predictable, repetitive tasks. And that's exactly what technology is getting really, really good at. Whether it's automated sorting, AI data analysis, or online banking. Even a lot of administrative work is now being handled by smart productivity apps. Okay, now for the exciting part. For every role that's on the decline, new and, frankly, often more interesting roles are popping up to take their place. This is where the real opportunity is. Unsurprisingly, tech roles are leading the pack. You've got big data specialists, who are the people finding game-changing insights inside massive piles of data. Then there are FinTech engineers, who are literally building the future of money. Of course, you have AI and machine learning specialists designing the very algorithms that are driving this revolution, and software developers building all the tools we use. And maybe most importantly, you have security management specialists who are needed to protect all this new digital stuff. And what's really interesting is this direct line you could draw between the old and the new. This isn't just about replacement, it's an evolution. The function of a data entry clerk, handling information, evolves into the role of a big data specialist who analyzes it. The services a bank teller used to provide are now being built and managed by FinTech engineers. The job doesn't just disappear, it transforms into something new. And it is so important to remember this growth is not just happening in pure tech roles. Not at all. Because of those big trends we talked about earlier, there's a huge demand for renewable energy engineers, for nurses to care for our aging populations, and for teachers to get the next generation ready. The future is incredibly diverse. So all of this brings us to the most important question of all. What skills do you need to be competitive and to really thrive in this new world? How do you actually prepare yourself? The answer lies in this blend of human and tech skills. You can see it right here. Skills in AI and big data are in the highest demand. Right behind that is just general tech literacy. But look what's just as critical: creative thinking and leadership. The future doesn't belong to the robots. It belongs to the people who can combine technical skill with these uniquely human abilities. I love this quote from our source material because it just reframes everything perfectly. You hear the word coding, and it can sound intimidating. But think about it this way. Most of us aren't professional mathematicians, but we all use basic math, right? Well, in the same way, you don't need to become a software engineer, but knowing the basics of how code works is becoming a new kind of literacy for everyone. And the need to learn these new skills is urgent. By 2030, it's estimated that nearly 6 out of every 10 workers are going to need some form of retraining just to keep up. 6 in 10. This isn't something to put off. Upskilling, reskilling, they aren't optional anymore. They are the absolute key to staying relevant and being able to jump on all these incredible new opportunities. So the world of work is in constant motion. It's always evolving. But here's the thing. You are not just a passive observer in all of this. You have the power to adapt, to learn, and to evolve right along with it. The future is being written as we speak. So the only question left is, how will you?